Hello everybody. Hi guys. So today I'm going to talk about how I contour. Now I'm sure everyone's got like their own way of contouring. There's no one set way to contour. It's really up to what you want to do. Of course there are guidelines to go by, you know, different ways you should do it. But I'm going to teach you the basics of what you should do, and then what I do, that I've learnt my own way to do it, and the one that I feel most comfortable with. Everyone knows like Kim Kardashian is famous for like her super contoured cheeks, really highlighted eyes, and I think that look is quite nice, only sometimes it's a little bit too much for the day, but obviously when she blends it out it looks so flawless. It looks like nothing, it looks like she hasn't done that basically, but it just looks really glowing. So normally I always use a lighter colour under my eye, not to conceal but to bring out this section of my eye. I'm sure everyone knows this, but darker colours bring things in and lighter colours bring things out. So I like to use a cream foundation for that. You could use a concealer if you want. I tend to think concealers are too expensive to use, you know, in this portion of the face because you're using quite a lot of product. All the concealers I've got are kind of expensive for what they are, so I like to use a HD cream foundation. I know that MAC have launched their own Pro Sculpt cream contours, which are really good and all, but you can save a lot of money if you go and get the Meron cream makeup. Now this is in the colour Light 3, and I actually got this for my whole face, but it turned out to be way too light, so I just use it to highlight. So I'm going to show you what I do every morning, and then I'm going to show you what other ways you can do it. So I take this colour here, and I have kind of like a dupe of the Beauty Blender. I don't really think there's much difference. A lot of people say, oh, the Beauty Blender is so much better, but I really don't want to spend that much on a sponge, which is not going to last me forever. So I've got a dupe Beauty Blender here, which is damp, and I take the product here, which is not the most hygienic thing to do if you're a makeup artist, but if you're doing it on yourself, that's fine. And I just like to take the lighter section and just pat it under the eye. And always take it on the pointier side, because then you'll get more of a controlled application. And it can look a bit funny, but just wait until you've blended it out. So then you've highlighted those sections of your face. Now you can see it looks really silly at the moment, but once you've blended it out, it can make you look so much more awake and more put together in a way. And then if you like, this is optional, you can put some light here, you know, or here. I don't do this, but you can if you want. So this is basically the thing that's going to bring you out. So then what I do is I blend that in, and to blend it in I just use a 130 MAC brush, which is like a duo fibre stippling, which is really dense, so it's good to really blend the colour. So just using circular motions and just blending the colour. Now I have got foundation on at the moment, and I'd normally do this before I apply foundation, but I didn't want to take it off so I could just show you the basics without having to show you like the whole routine from start to finish. But you have to make sure it's really blended, because you don't want to notice that, you know, you've got obvious lighter parts on your face. And if you want, you can go with a bigger brush just to make sure it's 100% blended. I'm using the F80 Sigma, which is a bit bigger, and it's really going to buff the product in. So just really make sure you're blending it in with the rest of your foundation. So also by taking the light colour up to here, it's really going to highlight the high points of your cheekbone as well. But you can also conceal it on top if you want. So now I've got that set and everything, all the highlights. You can go over with powder if you've got a dewy foundation, because normally when you have a dewy foundation it can sort of be a sticky consistency, so if you do go in with powder contour it can sort of come out in blotches. So I'm just going to use the L'Oreal True Match powder, and I'm just going to take just a normal powder brush and just lightly powder over the areas that I've done. Only really lightly though, because you can set it after again. Now at the moment my favourite contour colour is actually a bronzing powder by Benefit called Hoola. And this is my favourite at the moment, but I'm sure everyone's got their favourite. But yeah, I use this and I take, it's actually not a contour brush, it's called Laura Mercier Cheek Colour. And what I like about it is that it's really thin from the side, so you can get under the cheekbone, apply the colour, and then you can turn it around and then push the colour up. Because when you're contouring, you don't want this part, this section to here, to be dark. You want it blended upwards, not downwards. And when I first learned to contour, that's what I was doing wrong. It looked like I kind of had a big flush of redness here, or bronzeness, whatever you call it, bronzeness. So just make sure when you're blending, you push the colour up, but I'm going to show you anyway. So I take some on my brush, and then I just sweep it back and forth, and then a little bit forward just to the corner of your mouth, and the same on the other side. So you can see it's really made a difference. And then with no product on the brush other than what you put on already, you take the colour and just literally circular motions, push it upwards. As you can see, I'm not going under my cheekbone, I'm slightly going above the line that I applied. And the same on the other side. So as you can see, it looks really natural. It's a lovely colour for the skin, but it also looks bronzed as well as contoured. Some days I will add a bit of contour here, but for this type of contouring, I like to use my F25 Sigma brush, which is like a tapered brush. And then I just take the colour onto the temples and then blend that in with the contouring that I've done on the cheeks. But I don't like to do a lot of contouring here. Of course, you can do more advanced contouring where you can contour your nose, you can contour like your forehead if you want your forehead to look smaller, but at the moment I think the most important thing is the cheeks, and maybe as well you could do a little bit underneath as well. So I'm just going to talk a bit about the brushes that I use now. I really like this Laura Mercier brush to use contour with. It's not actually called a contour brush, it's called the cheek colour, but I work with it brilliantly, so I love that. A brush you should really have in your kit if you haven't got already is the Sigma F25 tapered brush. The good thing about this is that it's tapered at the end, so it picks up literally just that much product, and then you can apply it. And then if you want to blend it in, you can press harder and then it will, you know, blend it in with the more bristles that are clean, so that will really give you more of a diffused look. And I also have a contour brush which is slightly angled, so you will apply the colour here, and then obviously you can turn it around and then blend it up. But you know, if you want to go for the normal, you know, contour brush, it would look like this. It would be like a blush brush but angled, or you could go for a tapered brush. Or for cream contour, you could go for the 130, which would work really nicely with the new MAC Pro Sculpt. What are they? Oh my god, I've totally forgot what they're called. What is it? Oh, contour creams, yeah. That look great with that. If you want to do contouring on the nose, the 217 would be great for that. So there's all different kinds of brushes you can do. And I'm going to talk about some really great contour colours for if you've got my skin tone or maybe a little bit lighter. Harmony is great. Harmony by MAC is a great colour, mainly because it's kind of like a bronzing colour, but it has a grey undertone, which is really nice for shadows. I know Kevin Aqua has the most amazing contour colours, so if you want to go something more high-end than MAC, Kevin Aqua is great for that. Really low-end, great product is the Sleek Face Contour Kit, which comes with the highlighter as well. This is in medium. So if you're my skin tone, I would suggest medium. This is great for if you're on a budget or just to have anyway, because it's a really nice thing to have in your kit. Now I'm going to quickly touch on the subject of highlighters. Great highlighters to use on top of this section here if you don't want to have colour or blush. MAC Mineralised Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle is amazing. I'm going to apply a bit now actually so you can see. Just using this F25, which is also great because you can use it with other products as well, such as powders and blushes. So I'm just really working the product into that, and you can see already it gives kind of like a fresh glow to the skin. Looks really, really nice. So that's a really nice natural product if you want to add some more subtle highlight. If you like a really super sculpted look, you could go for the What's Up by Benefit, which is a new product out. And it comes like a stick, which is not the greatest thing if you're a makeup artist, but of course you can get a foundation brush and then pat it on. So I'm just going to get a foundation brush here, because if you drag it across the skin it can ruin like what you've already done. So I'm just taking a mini foundation brush from Estee Lauder and literally just patting on the colour.